Hello, and welcome to Grace Lutheran Church's worship. My name is Kelsey, and I'm the director of Chris Ed and Youth Ministry here at Grace Lutheran Church, and I'm thankful that you've come to join us today. Today, Jesus says something very odd. He says, "Deny yourself and take up your cross. For whoever loses their life will save it, and whoever tries to save their life will lose it." What? Well, here's what Jesus meant. We can decide our own things in life, right? We can decide we want to be a firefighter or a police officer or a teacher or a doctor. There's so many things we could be in this world. There's so many ways we could treat our friends and our family and help people who are struggling. And sometimes we choose to do it our way, right? I'm going to do it my way, whether or not I feel called that God is telling me to do this. I'm going to become a doctor or an interior designer or a music therapist, right? And I'm going to do it because this is what I feel like I need to do. It's my way. But God comes in and says, you're called to something else. Maybe it's to be a pastor. Maybe it's to be a therapist. Now the path is, which one do you listen to? Do you go your own way and do you stay with your own decision? Or do you listen to God? And that's what Jesus is talking about today. When you deny yourself and you lose your life to save it, God says you are choosing to listen and to let me guide you, right? We're choosing the path to listen to God and how we can be His presence in this world, right? When we listen to God direct our lives and tell us, here's where I need you to be, we say to God, I am with you, I am for you, and I trust you. When we choose our own way, we're choosing just us, right? And we are trying to save our own lives, and that's where Jesus says we will lose our lives. We will lose it in God and in Jesus, and we'll lose us. Having God in our lives can be a hard decision, right? It's not always easy to let others lead, especially God and Jesus, right? Who we can't see. When we let them lead our lives, it's not always easy decisions that we're faced with. Just as we're not faced with easy decisions when we try to lead our own lives, right? No path is an easy choice. But at least when we choose God, right, and we lose our lives and we say, God, help me in all of this, we know that God is with us and alongside us in all of it because we're letting Him in. He's there with us. We're letting Him guide us. We're listening to God. We're being present with God and Jesus and discerning and listening to where they're guiding us. Now, that's not to say God isn't present when we choose our own way, right? God is still there trying to tug you and be like, psst, you should do this. But listening to Him is always the key. So how this week are you going to lose your life to save it? How are you going to let God in and listen just a little harder to where He's calling you? Is it sitting and praying in silence? Is it whispering to God and asking Him where to go? Maybe it's setting out a map and saying, all right, God, lead me to where you want. How are you going to let God lead and guide you? You're crazy. You're crazy.